When first I sailed the ocean, I was taken with the notion that I'd pull me weight, stand me watch, fairly earn me pay. I sailed a Whitby lugger, but the captain was a bugger, and he worked me hard for 20 hours a day. Now the captain's daughter Sadie, she had manners like a lady, but muscles like a stoker from pulling pints each night. Reports of her were glowing, 'cause her jugs were overflowing, and she never had, but thought she might. So I kissed the captain's daughter, though I knew I didn't ought to, and I asked her if she'd walk with me, go the extra mile, and she said she would and gave a little smile. When I sailed back into Whitby, there was Sadie there to greet me, and she wanted me to marry her and take her for me wife. But her mother looked a bruiser, and I felt I'd be the loser, so I signed on with McGregor bound for Fife. Well, McGregor's wife was buxom, and she told me, "You're in luck, son," and she offered meat and dumplings, something on the side. But McGregor's daughter Nancy, she was much more to me fancy, and she showed me little tidbits which I tried. So I kissed McGregor's daughter, though I knew I didn't ought to, and I asked her if she'd walk with me, go the extra mile, and she said she would, gave a little smile. When the herring season started, I departed broken-hearted, but netted little darlings from the Moray down to Lynn. In Yarmouth I was canny with the parson's daughter Fanny, and I thought I'd play her out, then reel her in. So I winked at her on Sundays, and I promised her some fun days if she'd like to take a picnic. I played out a little line. We were walking by the river when her lips began to quiver, and I felt a little tingle up my spine. So I kissed the parson's daughter, though I knew I didn't ought to, and I asked her if she'd walk with me, go the extra mile. But she shook her head and gave a little smile. When next we went out walking, I just couldn't stop her talking of plans she'd made for wedding days and married life with me. She asked me in for cocoa and a quick glimpse at her trousseau, and she let me put me hand upon her knee. So I kissed the parson's daughter, though I knew I didn't ought to, and I asked her if she'd walk with me, go the extra mile, but she shook her head and gave a little smile. She simpered and she snuggled, and she made me quite befuddled when she told me of the fun we'd have in a great big feather bed. She tempted and she teased me, and she told me how she'd please me, but not until the night when we were wed. So I kissed the parson's daughter, though I knew I didn't ought to, and she asked me if I'd walk with her, take her up the aisle, and I said I would and gave a little smile. I said I would and gave a little smile. I said I would and took her up the aisle.